Welcome to Monster Chats, presented by Monster VoIP, where we share the tools, methods, and best practices that business leaders use to build new connections, strengthen relationships, and impact sales in organizations of all shapes and sizes. If you have any questions that come up during today's episode, please text them to 424-378-6966. Please welcome the founder of Monster VoIP, your host, Colin Mitchell.
On today's episode, we're going to be talking with Drew Merritt of Headset Advisor. Drew and I are going to be talking about headset technology, customer service, and sales during the pandemic. I'm Colin Mitchell, the founder of Monster VoIP and your host of Monster Chats. Drew is a small business owner to a second-generation family business that specializes in providing headsets to businesses nationwide. 7 years ago, delivering pizzas, he was offered to work with his dad and sell headsets, and he's still here 7 years later. Welcome to the show, Drew. How you doing?
Man, doing great. I'm excited to be here. This whole podcast thing is definitely new to me, but I'm excited that you invited me and decided to jump on here, and let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, man, we've been engaging on LinkedIn and supporting each other on that platform for some time. And, I've been watching you guys, and, I think that you guys are doing some great things that could be an example for how companies should be acting, during the pandemic. So I thought it was important for you to hop on here and share a little bit of about that with our listeners, and also give somebody, give people that are listening some useful information about the product that's like so important now that nobody thought about, which is headsets.
Right. Yeah, no, it's definitely been an interesting time now that if you just type onto LinkedIn headsets, for example, and you look under the content tab, 2 weeks ago, who's talking about headsets? I mean, I never thought in a million years that I would be selling headsets. Let's be real. Headsets aren't fun. They're not cool. It's not exciting, but they are necessary for people like us to do our jobs better. Salespeople, customer service, anyone that is on the phone or doing conference calls via video conferencing or working at home now, everyone is now talking about headsets. So yeah, I've just been trying to provide as much valuable information as I can about headsets, especially as of late. Just especially like when there was basically in our industry, there's been a global shortage of headsets. So you can go to Amazon, you can go to anywhere that you normally would have went, CDW, anywhere, any places like that, for example, they didn't have any in stock. So we've been, running around trying to figure out how we're going to get stock to a lot of the customers. A lot of the people that wouldn't have purchased from us ended up purchasing from us just because we had stock. So it's definitely been an interesting journey. So I've been trying to put out as much information on LinkedIn about, stock of headsets and helpful information as people are working from home.
Yeah. And what are some of like the drawbacks that people are going to experience if they don't have a proper headset?
If you don't have a proper headset, well, number one, some people they don't want to use a headset and they'll use their computer microphone. Mm-hmm. So if if you're using your computer microphone, number one, that's not going to come across as professional. Number two, it was funny. I saw something on LinkedIn the other day with the security going on with video conference applications. Mm-hmm. And one of the people that was on it had to go to the bathroom, right? So she's bringing her laptop with her as she's going to the bathroom. If you have a wireless headset for your computer, mute it, go do your business. You're still hearing what's going on. When you're done, unmute it, get back.
Hopefully she had video. Hopefully she had video off.
No, dude, she had it on.
Oh, no.
That's even worse. And she jumped off the conference call right after that.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's
so
funny.
I mean, the drawbacks is less. You're not going to have good sound quality. Number one, and that's really
what about
important.
Background noise, right?
Yeah. So that's definitely good that you brought that up. When you're using, not all headsets are created equal, and some people look at price rather than the right fit for them. So one of the biggest things that you can invest in is a professional grade headset, like one that I'm wearing, to block out background noise. So for example, a pair of AirPods, right? That's nice headset, would work fine. But if you're in a situation where you're working from home now and there's going to be background noise,
kids,
it's not going to block out anything, everything. Yeah. So it's really important to just have a headset with a noise canceling microphone to help reduce that. I'm not going to tell you here that it's going to cut everything out. That's not realistic, but it's definitely going to reduce it so that way your calls are more productive.
Right. Awesome. And so what are some like top recommended brands in your opinion?
Yeah. So I mean, the biggest players in the game that are providing headsets is number one, Plantronics. Mm-hmm. I'm wearing one right now. It's a Voyager 5200. Plantronics is a big name, very popular. Jabra is the next, and then it's sent. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, so you're prepared. Most people that we talk to have a Plantronics headset. They're just the biggest in the game, and they make a lot of nice products. You have Jabra, Sennheiser, and then we also have our house brand, which is called Discover. So if you ever hear the name Discover headsets, that's our brand. So every headset is there's not one best headset for everyone, right? So some people may need a Jabra, some might need a Plantronics, some might use a Discover. It just depends on their needs, where we go with the recommendation.
Yeah. And so are people typically buying new or refurbished or kind of a mix of both?
Great question. So from us, I would say probably 50% of our customers now that are buying, say, a name brand headset from us are probably buying it refurbished. Mm-hmm. Is in the market as a whole, I mean, they're buying way more new headsets than they are refurbished headsets. But from our company, probably 50% of our sales on any name brand headset is going to be refurbished. And we've had about 5 years now selling refurbished headsets, and it's been a process, but we've nailed it down. So everything that gets refurbished actually is done in-house at in our company here in Sacramento. So it's everything. We have people that are trained in being able to go through with inspecting them, testing them, making sure everything works. They have new batteries, parts, pieces, all that. And then on the flip side, we include the 1-year warranty, and it's covered from our company. So to answer your question, about 50% of people that we do business with are probably purchasing refurbished.
Okay, so it's important if somebody's buying a refurbished headset to definitely make sure it comes with a warranty, whether it's from you or somebody else.
Yeah, that question gets asked all the time, and it's kind of a gray area. You think of refurbished, you think, whoa, was that on someone's ear? Is it used, thrown in a box? And you can go on eBay and buy a used headset for like $50, but number one, it's not going to have a warranty. Mm-hmm. Number two, is it clean? So there's a number of refurbished is not. People throw that out loosely. So we have the highest quality standards when it comes to that side of the business, and making sure people aren't getting a headset that uses an ear gel that was put in someone else's ear, for example. They get a whole new brand new kit and whatnot. Yeah. You don't want to be sharing that, right? Especially with everything going on.
Yeah. That's definitely unsanitary.
I agree.
And so, something that really stood out with me, to me, with you and your organization is the level of customer service, right? I mean, I think pretty much you guys are an e-commerce site, but you really step up when it comes to customer service. Like, headset seems like a simple purchase, right? And you could definitely go and probably do a lot of research and waste a lot of time trying to find the right headset. And then ultimately, I think a lot of people buy it and then maybe don't like it or didn't buy the right one. I see a lot of that. But you guys, have a whole team that are available to answer these type of questions to make sure people make the right purchase, from the start, right? Can you talk a little bit about, what level of customer service you guys are giving people when choosing the right headset?
Of course. Yeah. That's the name of the game for me, man, is, headsets are cool, but for me, I think I look at us as a service company first. That's what I get most excited about, is being able to help people out, especially when it comes to headsets. You think it's simple. People have IT departments and whatnot, but then the IT people still can't figure it out sometimes. They're great at what they do, but when it comes to headsets, there's some nuances that we go through to make sure that people have their headsets working at all times. Rewind to 94 when my dad started the company. I was 2 years old, by the way. My dad is just crazy about customer service. Even at his previous job, before he started his own company, they didn't have customer service standards like his. So he just implemented his own at his company, and he's passed that down with us. So, whenever a customer's not happy, we take it personal, and it hurts when someone's not happy. And so we try to do anything possible to make it right. And then that's why I share so much information about companies doing it right when it comes to customer service. And a lot of times it's not hard. It's really just caring and being there to help and answer questions quickly. If someone has a question, respond to their email within, an hour is reasonable, but I try to do 5 minutes. I make it a game, no matter who I talk to, employees internally or customers, I need to go fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're going to take a quick commercial here just to tell you a little bit about what Monster VoIP does. We help companies save 30 to 50% off their current business phone bill while providing them more value and more features. If you'd like to learn more, you can text us at 424-378-6966. We're talking with Drew Merritt here at Headset Advisor, giving you everything that you need to know about picking the right headset while working from home, the do's and don'ts. And we talked about picking the right headset. We also talked about the level of customer service that, is provided in choosing that headset. And then we're going to talk about like sales. How are you guys navigating, your salespeople during this time, and what are you talking to them about what they should or shouldn't be doing?
Yeah, great question. So just to give you an idea, this last month, as you can imagine, we did in the 1 month, we had 5 months worth of business with the resources that we've had that's been set up to work with what we're already projected to do. So the amount of running around has been crazy. So really, we haven't really had to do any selling. I mean, anyone that needed a headset that couldn't find it, say on Amazon or whatnot, they ended up coming to us, and we didn't have to do anything. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We would send out emails that are just helpful of, hey, we have USB headsets still in stock, or some of the best practices on getting headsets while you're working from home. So, like you said, some of the do's and don'ts. Right. But really, man, it's been a whirlwind out to the past 2 weeks, and still to this day, it's slowed down definitely. So there's really no selling going on in our company. It's people need headsets, and it's really people trying to find stock. That's their new jobs, or just trying to find inventory. So it's a little bit different for our company.
Right. And what I've noticed is really a lot of your sales is more customer service driven, right? I mean, you guys are really just helping people answer questions, providing information, and which translates to sales.
Mm-hmm. We're a very niche business. There's not very many headset companies there's not very many niche businesses that only sell headsets. When you look at headsets as the industry as a whole, if you look at the margins, it's very uninteresting. Mm-hmm. But we found some ways to be able to still provide our top level of service. And that's actually, before anything, services is the core of everything that we do. So we found some ways, to add more value on top of our service with some of our offerings and whatnot. But yeah, service is the name of the game for us. We like customers that understand service, that like service, that look at human interaction rather than just a transaction. So we have some real lifelong customers that have just referred us out, and how that starts to spread, as well as we're trying to get better at social media, like doing things like this and that aspect. But really at the core of it, we're a company that focuses on customer service, and that's been paying dividends for us in the long run.
Right. Absolutely. And what about pricing? As demand went up tremendously, did prices go up?
No. Yeah, that's a great question. I've made some posts about that as well. I was talking to my neighbor. I made a post about this the other day too. She was going to buy a cup on Amazon or somewhere like that, online somewhere. Normally it was like $40 less. And it's like, oh, come on, man, you guys are going to gouge right now. So you see the people who are weak during times like this, and who they're a transaction, and you find that you see the people who actually care and provide that next level of actually caring about you. So for us, prices didn't go up. Everything stayed the same. It was just business as usual for us. So pretty much anyone bought all the lowest priced USB headsets as soon as they could, and then it started going up the chain from there. So like at one point we had headsets for $39, and then they went to $59, and then when those were out of stock, then it went to the other ones we have for about $99, depending if they want wired or wireless. You know what I mean? But prices always stayed the same. No gouging on this side.
Right. Yeah. And I think you guys were doing like a daily update of just letting people know what was available, which I thought was really helpful. Yeah. I mean, I think that anybody who does increase pricing during a time like this, people are going to remember that.
Oh yeah.
And people who, stood strong and still provided an excellent level of customer service, kept their prices the same, and remained helpful. Those type of companies are going to be remembered, and retain those customers more long term.
That's right. Yeah. It's like, are you guys, like, are you in the game of business to be in there for a short term? Yeah, you could take advantage for that short term if you want to get out and, get paid really quick and then get out and just be that person. But for us, I mean, we've been here. My dad started this business, so our reputation rides on, on his coat. And so we're not gonna let that down. He's owned this company for 26 years, and we're not gonna come in here and start doing things like that. It's just not in our DNA.
Right. Well, we're just about out of time, Drew. Thanks so much for your investment today. Welcome to the Monster Chats community. Before we wrap it up, tell us, number one, tell us something a little bit personal about yourself that people might not know. And also let us know where people can find you online or where they can get more information.
Yeah, man. So a little bit about me. I'm actually a homebody, so I'm pretty basic. But something interesting is I've only had 2 jobs my whole life. One, delivering pizzas, as you mentioned. Yeah. 2, working at Headset Advisor. So most people are like, I mean, my brothers have worked, I don't know how many jobs, maybe 10, 15, 20 jobs or so. I've had 2 jobs my whole life. I went to college for 2 months, said, not for me, jumped on here. And I mean, I've learned so much in the last 7 years that no school would be able to, for someone like me, school would never do anything for me. So that's, I guess, some fun facts about me. If you guys want to learn more about our headsets or get any information, all you have to do is go to headsetadvisor.com, hit the contact page, and then you'll find any possible way to contact us. Our phone number, live chat, email, all the information is right there.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. I think people have some helpful information on making sure they get the right headset and how important it is. And yeah, if you're listening to the podcast, please subscribe, review, share. We open to your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. So thanks so much for listening. And thanks, Drew. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
All right. See you.
Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Monster Chats, presented by Monster VoIP, where we share the tools, methods, and best practices that business leaders use to build new connections, strengthen relationships, and impact sales in organizations of all shapes and sizes. If you have any questions from today's show and want to reach us directly, please text your question to 424-378-6966.